Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, William from New Ferris Railroad. John Schoolkill River Valley was just here and said he could not stay tonight, so or he told him hi earlier. Sean McGee, welcome. Told you hi in the chat, but I'll let me know if the audio is all right, guys. I don't sound like something I ain't supposed to sound like. I hope the microphone's on, so hopefully I haven't been. Manny Fernandez or Manny, welcome. Trying to spit your last name out ain't working right now. Oh, it's been one of those days working on what I had to put up on the wall and try to get everything working. So hopefully when we go to switch cameras, nothing's moved and everything will show up. And I'll give you a little clue. I made a special three skir stick pointer because I've got a visitor on my lap tonight that misses my daughter, and I guess she thought that my daughter was here in the office on her computer, doing school over the computer. Well, unfortunately, she misses my daughter. This is my daughter's cat, Kit, or AKA Miss Kitty, as I call her. So she will be our special guest host, co-host. And I'll put the camera down a little longer so everybody can get a chance to see her. Digger Evans, welcome to the chat. Let's see. My cat is asleep in my lap. Well, they tend to do that. If the cat that normally sleeps in my lap at night or with me at night finds out that I'm holding this one, she wouldn't be happy right now. So that's the reason Miss Kitty comes in here, because she knows Abigail uses this same office to hook up to my internet to do her school online. So because of the show stopper, you can't send the kids to school. So they're doing it all over online on their computers, and the teachers are broadcasting from their house. So anyway, we got, looks like Chasco, and I'll leave that down there. And excuse my big arm. I was playing with the mouse. See, Chasco, welcome. Jerry, welcome. Flying Crow, welcome. Nice to have you all in here. Looks like we got a total of 9. I'm I'm also on my YouTube channel on my phone, but it's coming up StreamYards, of course. So I'm not going to see the actual YouTube chat. I got to get one of our little old laptops, my daughter's old laptop or something, on YouTube, so I can try to have 2 screens And of course, then I wouldn't be able to work in this nice piled up area if I wanted to work on something. But, excuse me. And you can tell this one's content. She's got to watch everything I do. I don't think you're going to drink iced tea. I just don't think you're going to do it. Sorry. But anyway, we got PDRR Engineer Art. And if you go back to my first mail call of 2021, you will see some stuff that PDRR Engineer sent me in the mail that he was willing to get rid of, and he sent stuff to me knowing that I make the stuff useful, and the old switches and stuff that he sent me will definitely be cleaned up and going over, and definitely going into my layout design somewhere. Lackawanna Rail Fan, welcome to the chat. Manny, we got you. Manny Fiane. I cannot do that last name. I'm just going to leave that alone. Fanane. I'm not trying no more. But anyway, thank you, Art. I know I thanked you more than once over the email, but you know I can't thank people enough for giving me stuff like that. Because right now I can't get the train shows, and at train shows I cannot find switches or anything like that. I mean, and when you buy a box of track, you bring it home. If you don't get to look through the stuff before you actually bring it home, and you got tons and tons of curved track. There is no, there's no way that you're ever going to use that much curve, because it takes 6 pieces for 18, 15, or it actually takes I believe 8 for one end of the 22 curve. And the kitty cat was excuse me a minute, guys. I think Miss Kitty wants out, so I'll leave her out the door real quick. Come on. Going out? Come on. Hurry up. Come on. So our co-guest host has left the building. She gets tired of me once in a while, so she leaves. So who else we got? Jerry, I said hi to you. Lackawanna Rail Fan, Cal Stevens, Humanity Junction. That would be Heath. And Heath, I'm taking your suggestion about the dioramas, however you want to say that. I am putting it into the works of a future thing on this channel. So I did see your comment on the one live stream, or the last live stream, I guess it was, when you was talking to Vinny about it in the live stream. There's Miss Nancy and the spirit of Colorado Railroad N-Scaler. Welcome, Nancy. Possum Bayou, welcome. So Heath, I will put that into my list. I don't know if it's I probably will try to generate it into my live streams, or maybe even a separate like live stream show maybe that'll come out once a week. I might be able to do that like Fridays maybe, I don't know, that way, or even Thursdays. I don't know if I'll do it on Thursday night. One of them nights I want to be able to do a panel or something, and maybe I can do a panel while I'm doing a diorama, and have both. So, oh yes, yes, Tower. I think I knew that from Sparky's, or was you in Vinny's Friday? I believe you might have been in Vinny's before live stream. So I do kind of remember him calling you Tower. So I will have to write that down on a list. I'm going to have to make a new list of actual names with the channel names. That way I'm in both of their. Okay. Well, that I know I've seen you somewhere before. Sometimes I'm not even in the stream. I'm just kind of just doing stuff and listening. So I'm basically not seeing the chat all the time. I'm just kind of trying to listen and do stuff. So, but anyway, guys, tonight I redid my first level track plan. It's a little different than what I showed last Thursday, but I'm going to show it again. Plus, I'm going to do a better diagram of my second level, which I actually just got done finishing this morning. And then I had all this to print out, and I had it all to put together, which was done around 4 something. So I was hoping that I would get it all together and everything was going to be printed out. Okay. So, oh, is Golfa in? Yeah, it is. Welcome, Golfa, our friend from across the pond over in Australia, I believe Australia. Call me anything but late for dinner. Okay. Let's see. Well, it looks like we have 20 of you. That's going to be enough of you to get this started. So let me switch my camera and we will get into this. And when I switch the cameras, guys, I am going to blow my screen up. Or actually, I don't really have to blow my screen up. But because I want to see the chat also over, well, it's on the TV screen and the computer, plus my phone, which I really wouldn't have to have my phone on then. I can probably turn my YouTube off of my phone, save my phone battery. So, But anyway, guys, don't look like, John 2618, welcome. You must have just got in here. There's Golfa popping back up. But anyway, here is sort of the revised or plan B, you might call it. This is plan B to the one from last Thursday. So let's get into this because we got a lot to cover, and then we go into our second level, which looks smaller, but it actually is about the same. It's going to be about the same length of almost same length as this. It's just the way it's printed out on the paper. So anyway, I have split my 10 train yard up into 2 different yards. Now the way I did this, let's go ahead and we'll pull, we will pull a train out of our minor northwest yard, minor bill right here. That's my last name, and I named this M&M Short Line, welcome. So this is minor bill, this is minor northwest yard, and this is the main line west, going that way. So if we pull our train out of the yard, go up here in the back of the shed where it's well hidden, we'll go across the crossing, and we could follow the main line west or east, I'm sorry, east, the east main line, come up here across the switch, come around in between Abbeville Dockyard and Abbeville Intermobile Yard, which is Abbeville, which is my daughter's name, Abigail. But we come around, we'll go around here, and we can come down across this switch into this switch and come across this main line, which is the main line west, back. And the reason this is called the northwest yard is because the way the shed is setting, it's setting straight down in the yard, down in the bottom part of our yard on our second lot. If you go towards the plan, our shed is there, and if you turn this part of the plan up and put it on the left side of the shed, that is how it's laying flat, on the left side of the shed when you go in there. So this is the back of the shed and this is the front of the shed, as well as this is the front of the shed and this is the back of the shed. But anyway, we'll go around our main line going west. I call it west, but the sun actually is that way. So when it's up, so your sun is always west. So as you come around, you'll go around the back of the shed crossing, and you can go on your main line east, or you can go through what I call part of it's like a yard lead / main line through minor southeast yard, which is this. So the trains coming around will pull in this way like they're going east or southeast. And these trains will come around the back of the layout or in the back and be going in this way, and they'll be at the minor northwest yard. So anyway, let's follow this through the middle. We'll come back through Abbeville, and you got yourself a couple of sidings over here, which will be more than likely industrials that's rail served. I have not figured out what exactly all I'm going to have or put there yet. I have buildings and stuff that I had bought over time, but some of them need built. Some of them, I just need to figure out what to do with them and get them into my layout, because I have no buildings or anything like that for this layout. So, but I will have to go through them. But anyway, you'll get the general idea as I go through this. These are basically going to be for industrials sidings. This is your intermobile yard, which will be, I don't really have a lot of container cars on flat cars or anything. So this will be basically like my old Tyco piggyback type yard, but I'm calling it the Abbeville intermobile yard. So I'm going to have those old Tyco piggyback cranes sitting here where they can put the old cars in there and do their thing with those. So I basically don't buy a lot of the newer stuff. I mean, I wish I had the money to buy that kind of stuff, but I have the old Tyco ones that's in perfect shape. And, if I put one or two here, at least I'll have something there that they can back them in and unload them. So anyway, down here will be the Abigail dockyard. Now what this is going to do, this is going to come off the main line. This is going to be like a switcher pocket. That way the switcher can come out and, go in here, get the cars or push them over here on the invisible barge that is going to be off of this plan. It's all kind of off layout, you might say. It's just going to be invisible right now. This could change. I do have a yard that was already built by somebody that my friend pulled out of the trash that was actually originally put it in the layout right here. And I changed all this, and that particular yard that's already built is actually 6 tracks. So I don't know if I want to go through all the trouble or not, but I'm going to try to put that shelf in as a removable piece, and that is going to technically be my barge. I'll just have to remove it every time I want in and out of the shed, which means there'll be a lot of cars, took off and stored wherever, or unless I can get, the shelf in underneath the workbench or something, out of the way where I can, or even make it smaller, something. But that's sort of a plan that's kind of up in the air. I had different ideas. I was just going to make like a rolling cart that you could put up to there, and with a couple tracks, and roll the cart, wherever out of the way, like a barge, and then you can make it, go real slow, like it's going down away from the dock, or something like that. That's an idea too, because because I really don't, I really don't want to have to block the doors any more than I have to because of emergency. But I'll come up with something. But anyway, this here is basically going to be like a holding track for the extra cars. Then this will be your loading and unloading dock track. I may put a curve on this one and have two. I don't know. One may be the unload, one may be the load, but these are going to just be sidings for this. Also, just to hold cars, just to go on that barge. So, but this comes from the front of the layout and comes up on a switch and rounds around and off another switch and into two more switches to make those four tracks. And like I said, this is going to be like a little switcher pocket or engine pocket, a locomotive pocket, so it can come out and back in and do those cars on its own rather than a train coming and having to, have this engine wait here or something like that, and hold up the main line. But anyway, basically I wanted a lot of main lines. So we've got this main line, which also doubles as your yard lead to minor northwest yard. This main line here runs through the middle, which is the west main line. This is your southeast main / yard lead going through the middle on the other side of the main line west. And then this is your main line east that will actually come this way. The west will go this way. And then, of course, when you come around, it, like all model railroads has got to do somewhere, they got to turn and they got to stay on basically the same line, but it's, to make it look like it's actually coming the opposite direction, is what I'm trying to do. Of course, everybody knows that this is the reverse loop or the reverse section back here. This is a main line that's over here against the wall. I have yet to name this area. It's just one big long piece of track. I haven't yet to name this hidden area back here, but just to make it quick, we go across here and bypass all this, and we'll go from 0 to 4 inches right now in 16-foot space in the back of the shed on the wall. And if it goes any further than 4 inches, I don't know at this point. I have yet to actually build, try to get it connected with our next level, which, Joe Rader, welcome. Oh, Cousin Benny's in here. Welcome, Benny. But when we get up here, we will now be up on main level 2, the second level. So we'll come into the historic Prestonsburg. And you can come around here and switch. And this will be basically for smaller trains. It's just to bring, the old feeling of being a kid, just having that circle type deal going through Prestonsburg. So, you know, you can switch right there and come just have a small train going around if you have one small enough to make it between this switch and this switch. But anyway, you'll come around, and these four bridges right here, if you can see that, I don't know if you can tell where they are or not. I tried to highlight them. These will be removable. They're in front of the walk-in door at the shed. So basically, I'll just drop the bridges in, brace them up, or, you know, put them on a board or whatever and make it look like the board is, well, the board's got to be there, but the board is going to be sort of made look like it don't exist. At least that's my plan. But anyway, with those bridges in, we'll come over across the back of my workbench, which is the workbench repair yard. Now, what this is going to be, this is still the main line here, but this is the little siding that I'm going to build with a little, it's going to have a re-railer in it. But this is where I'm going to drop off cars or engines that might need repair work on the actual bench in real life or in off layout. But I decided to I'm going to put a little siding there to store the stuff on. And if it gets overloaded for some reason, you know, I can just I'm going to take the stuff off and put it over on the bench anyway. That way, if there would be something else, I can drag it in there, drop it off, and continue on the route. But up here, there'll be a bridge or two. I'm thinking about 2 bridges. Right now, there's one in the plan. Like I said, this ain't really to scale. It's just something I threw together. So we'll go across what will be the Ron Canyon bridges. Ron was my dad, who passed away back in 2018 in September. And I'm going to actually have like a canyon type scene here, because this right here is actually where my dad's Lionel controls are setting on his desk, and I built all this underneath his controls to get over there. But when he was alive, so here I will have Casper curve from here all the way over to the bridges will be Casper curve. And if you remember me talking about it, Casper was our white house cat that died the Friday morning before my dad did that Sunday afternoon. So it happened all in one weekend, which was really not a good weekend, not a good year. But anyway, it'll come across Casper Curve, cross the Triple M Bridge, which is Marks HO Bridges. So I named it Triple M Bridge. So because they're all alike and they're truss bridges. So we'll come around it would be technically the right side of the shed, and we'll go across the layout this way. And like I said, this is the front of the layout, this is the back of the shed. So it's basically somewhat on top of this one. in place, a lot of places. And we'll go up and we can take this switch down in through Prestonsburg. And this is a supply siding. And the reason it's called that here at the Prestonsburg Train Layout and Shops, on the down hours when the historic Prestonsburg is closed, the train crew can bring the box cars in and unload the supplies to the shops and different stuff. Or if there was an emergency that they really needed something and train can't get here, well, there'll be, that area for trucks also. And this is a re-railer that I put right in front of the entrance so people can cross the track safely. There will be a crossing here just in case this train has to come in here during work hours to service one of these 3 industrials, which one is named Rod Scrap and Metal Recycling, which will have 2 tracks. That is me. That's named after me. So technically this is going to be like Rodstown or some name that's named after me. Basically, this should be Hot Rods Scrap and Metal Recycling. I ended up with rods on the diagram, but it is Hot Rods Scrap and Metal Recycling. This siding will be an industrial yet to be named and unknown, and this one will switch and be the longest track back along the wall with the main line. And there will be an industrial back here, but I ain't too sure what that's going to be either. But I want to be able to have the switches out front because they're not going to be powered switches. So I can switch them by hand and just roll. Being DC, I'm just going to roll the cars into the sidings off camera. And, then if I do an op video or something, I can just bring the engine in and back it in and hook it up. That way, the cars are there. You just, you gotta use your imagination for this stuff because I don't really have anything realistic on this layout going to happen. I wish I did, but I don't. But there is a real place called Minorville on the map. I'm not sure if it's Maryland. I'm thinking it's Maryland, Minorville, Pennsylvania, or Minorville, Maryland, or it's somewhere. There is an actual Minorville. I believe it's Pennsylvania. I'm not sure. But there is. I think I've been through actual place called Minorville before. But I'm thinking it's up in Pennsylvania somewhere. I could be wrong, but anyway, I mean, technically, if you bypass everything, you'll just go right down this same track on the incline decline and come around here, and you'll be right on the same priority that you was when you climbed. When these switches switch, these switches and these switches switch, the priority will switch on a relay and be able to, they won't come this way. The only time this and this gets used is when it goes back down, and when this comes down, and comes on the main level. So this is the only time that right side of this Y and the left-hand switch and the right side of this Y and right-hand switch will get used is just for that climb. Everything else will be by the Y switches in the left, and up here your Y switch in your right on the other Y switch up top. So, but I hope I explained that to somewhat you can understand it. I mean, this I wasn't really sure that I liked coming in and then having to back up, but it's the only way I can get industrials on this layout right now. It's a big shed, Flying Crow. It's like a 12 by, I'm going to say 36 shed, outside shed. Well, see, I've been through the one in Pennsylvania, Roy. That's, I knew there was a minor bill up there somewhere because my friend, who is actually named Jeff Miner, he is a motor builder, race car motor builder. And I don't know if we're related or not. It'd be nice if I did know if we was related, but we're friends on Facebook. And he has been down here racing before here in Hagerstown, but he is from up around Minersville, I believe. I believe that's why I heard of it before. I believe he lives up there, and his last name is Miner, like mine. So, but he is a race car driver. So, anyway, like I said, this has been yet be named. It's just going to be a pass through. I might have like just a backdrop, or this may even be some long tunnel. I don't know. It all depends. Same with this up here. This has not been named, and the back part to both of these have not been named. This really don't have a back part. It's just a climb coming from down from 4 to 0. It's just in the back of the shed, and this is basically that track that's on the level 1 plan. I did not put it on this one because, well, I just didn't. So anyway, I got some names. Still got to come up with some names. I kind of like this because it split the yard up, and I'll be able to pull engine or trains in this way and stop them, and I'll be able to pull trains in this way, and you'll be able to see the rear of the trains on this yard and the engines or the locomotives of these trains in the backyard. So I'll have trains going both ways, just it's, you know, just because of the circling around. So I kind of like these plans. So I'm going to shoot for now. Like I said, a lot of this stuff might not even be able to fit or, you know, come out correctly like the actual diagram here. It may be totally different on the layout. It all depends. But because I did not put this to scale, I can't really go by this. I can just look at it and say, well, I need, a yard track, um, the yard tracks that look like this and the main line on the outside and that kind of stuff. But I'm going to have to build them as I go. Because that's just the way I'm used to building stuff. I build stuff as I go, and it could totally change. I might have some big idea in my head that might not even look anything like this when I'm done. But I'm pretty sure if I'm going to shoot for 5 tracks and then this 5 tracks with the main line and stuff going through it, and it breaks the 10-yard track up into 2 different yards with a main line down the middle of it, which is the one going west. So I hope all that made sense. It makes sense to me, so I don't know. But anyway, let's change cameras so you can see my ugly mug for a while. And we'll see what time it is. That took 46 minutes just to explain that. Wow. Let's see who else we might have in here. Well, welcome Roy to the chat, by the way. I was sitting here talking to you and didn't welcome you. Not that you care, but Keith says he likes my first plan. Well, I liked it too, Heath, but splitting that yard, I was just playing around with the AnyRail 6 program, and I saved the original, my plan A, what I call plan A. I saved it 2 times. The second time I saved it, I made it this. So I'd have the first one still saved and I wouldn't screw it up like I did on that second level. I printed it all out. Luckily, I printed it all out earlier, but dummy here thought he saved it. It didn't save it. It brought it back to one of my original plan A's for the second level. So now I got to rebuild it on my computer program, which luckily I got the plan up there to go by. And I don't know if you all could see those dots where the pieces of track are, but if you count the marks in between the dots, that'll tell you how many pieces of track I actually used. Or on the AnyRail 6 software, you can actually print out the material list, the track list, and it gives you like the stock models or part numbers for the piece of the track if you need to order stuff. So I think I'm pretty happy with this plan. Especially it actually looks better because I labeled it this time. So everybody gets an idea of what I was talking about. Unfortunately, where I said minor northwest yard, it never printed that out. Well, actually it did, but the way it printed, I actually had to overlap the one piece of paper over the other one because it printed the same thing. So I just overlapped it and put it together and wrote it in there that way, because it's just a demonstration plan. I actually printed it out for the second time, and this is actually both level 1 and level 2. And here's the little plan that I showed you all last Thursday, which is also right there. These are actually printed a little smaller. You can give you an idea. You get in there under your under the show option, and you can put Texas and stuff like that in there, and then you can put show pages or click show pages and so forth, and you line your layout up on the 6 pages or whatever they give you, and depending on how big you want it, usually it's on scale 1.1 is what the directions say put it on. So and it comes up like 10% view or something like that, which is actually perfect, which is what these diagrams are up on the wall that I was showing you. And then this is actually how big it prints. So on 1.1 scale, that's and you can try to get it to fit 1 page, which is what this is. It's just cut. It's the same thing as this, but it's cut down. This is actually level 2, plan B. This was plan A, and I went against it because I didn't want to have to build any more stuff across the layout, because it's too built up as it is. So I hope all that made sense. Didn't want to have to explain it for 46 minutes, but I did. But anyrail6.com, you can only do like 50 items. That's between trees and signals and track and all that. You're limited to 50 pieces of something. So I would suggest get the paid version. It's only, I don't know, 20 or 30 some dollars or something like that to get registered. I love the program. I also got another program which I haven't even fiddled with around with that yet, but it's the Atlas track software that you can get in there and also do the track plans. But the AnyRail 6, you got a lot of options. If you get the paid version, you can do unlimited track and signals and trees and tunnels, and they got all the symbols on there for all that stuff. So but yeah, I love the program. That's the reason I got the paid version, because I found out that when I went over to or got up to 50 something, it wouldn't give me no more track or anything. And I'm like, okay, is there a limit? And I read it, and it said, if you want more than 50 pieces of something, you got to get the paid version. So I got the paid version and I reserved. So, and that was last year I got that. So I haven't been on there very long. But I can tell you the guy the YouTube channel that I watched, that I found out about it. I probably already knew. I just didn't plan on ever using a track software for it, because I always did the old the old school way, pencil and graph paper, and a ruler. So, but I just happened to roll across Ron's Trains and Things on a video, and he was doing a video, or he mentioned Any-Rail 6, and then he did a video last year on Any-Rail 6, and I got in touch with him, and he told me basically get the paid version, and you can do all kinds of stuff. I mean, you can put trees, and I mean, you when you're done, you can actually print out what you want your whole entire layout to look like. If you want a certain tree or a certain house or building or industrial or whatever in a certain spot, you put it there. And when you put it on the pages, of course, you got to make sure it's on the pages to print all of it, or you're going to end up moving all your stuff, or bringing it in and placing it to move your layout over onto the pages to get it all to print, like I had to do. So yeah, graph paper is high tech as you get. Dave, welcome, Dave, by the way. I think you just popped in here. Yeah, he said he was late helping young children and parents working on landscaping. So, Joe Rader, welcome. If I didn't, well, I might already got you. I don't know. But anyway, guys, go ahead and promote your channels here the last couple minutes. Didn't mean for this to take 46 minutes to explain a layout to you, but gotta remember I also did level 2 the way I want level 2 to somewhat work and look. I kind of like level 2, especially because I can get those industrial tracks in there, and that's what I'm lacking on this whole DC layout. I wanna have some kind of switching. It just won't be like you guys can do with a DCC unit. Back the whole thing in there. I'll have to be off camera and just do the old 5.0 trick and shove them back. That way, I don't have a big problem with the engine not running or something. Because you know what Ray Bogle has problems with. He puts stuff on camera and it don't work, and it just stops working. So let's see. Looks like Digger Evans has 977 giveaway if he hits 1K. 1470 for Container Man 68. So if you haven't subscribed to Digger Evans Model Railway yet, get over to his channel, check him out, give him some love, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss nothing. 1,806 for Nancy. Train Talk Sunday live stream this Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific time for Nancy and the Spirit of Colorado Railroad N-Scaler. So go over there and on Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific time, and check her out. Give her some love. 435 for Flying Crow. We need to get Flying Crow up there because he's down there where I am. 430 something. And I've been there for going on 3 months, 4 months now. I've been stuck. 570 for Jerry. Let's get Jerry up there also. Get Jerry up there to 600. Maybe we'll see a contest from Jerry at 600. That's a landmark. 148 for Joe Rader. Let's get Joe up there too. Everybody check these channels out. Oh, 340. Sorry, I typed backwards. 345. Okay, well, let's still get Flying Crow up there. Go over and check them channels out, guys, and give them love and subscribe to their channel and leave a comment. Watch some videos so you don't get a sub for sub mark. They'll disappear, trust me. My subscribers do all the time because they just get on there and sub to me and they never watch my channel. So I at least watch 1 or 2 videos to at least get the name on my list, and then I start watching them when I can. I'm way behind on videos. Way behind. So anyway, guys, check out our Cousin Vinny tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can also check me out tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern before our Cousin Vinny. So check me out. Then we'll go to Cousin Vinny's house tomorrow night at 8 and hang out with the cuz. And there's Tom's Trains and Things that he just slipped in at 8:02, and we're getting ready to go off the air. He'll have to catch me tomorrow night on my second show. But anyway, guys, tomorrow night, we're probably going to do something different instead of track plans. So, might have a panel. We might do something special. Who knows? Who knows what I might rig up. But I'm going to get off of here, guys, and say bye for now. Take care. See you my second show tomorrow night and at 7 p.m. And we'll go to Cousin Vinny's after that and hang out with the cuz at 8 p.m. Bye for now, guys. Thanks for watching.